don't have to go through the whole thing because you guys know who I am.
Yeah.
But I was looking back through some old files that I had created in the past and realized what MEGA stood for. And I went, I'm going to actually start calling it that instead of calling it MEGA. It stands for Monthly Entrepreneurial Growth Academy.
Wow.
And,
I like that.
And that's exactly what we're doing, is we're growing. And so it's no longer going to be MEGA. It's going to be, the Monthly Entrepreneurial Growth Academy, which tells you exactly what it is that we're all doing. We're growing. We're learning how to grow. So I want to start out the meeting tonight by asking you guys a couple of questions. And I've asked you this before, and Cindy, you and I were actually talking about it this morning. But I truly, truly believe Ed's hurting tonight, so you got to excuse him.
Voices in the background were.
Ed.
Oh, shoot.
Did you whoop him?
I know, but if he doesn't stop that.
Stop what?
Groaning and moaning. If I can't, you can't.
Just mute me.
Just anyway, I will in a minute. Now you made me forget what I was saying. Oh, we have to constantly be thinking about what we want. What is it that we're doing this for? Why are we doing this? And a question that goes along with that is, what does success mean to you? And that's kind of a hard question, because success can mean, well, I have people that I'm taking pictures of. I have people using my storage space. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, what gets you jumping up out of bed every morning saying, I got this.
Maloose.
Maloose. Edward, stop it. That's our cat.
Oh, jeez.
I guess I'm glad there's nobody else on here, but
oh man.
I tell you. But anyway, you need to think about that, because why are you doing this? And it can be anything from, I want to make $500,000. I want to have programs that people are buying that I don't have to work at. They're just always on autopilot. I want to have 10 mastermind programs. I want whatever. That to me means success. My success is not the same thing as your success. And in order to get there, you have to know what it is, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So the first question is, what does success mean to you? Why are you doing this? And Cindy, I know you had a little bit of a chance to think about this. Did you come up with an answer?
I was just looking at my notes. Define success for me. I was looking, I took it as the long goal, success. I put 1-story home in the country with very little yard maintenance.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Someday I will move, and right now I'm in a comfortable place where I know I'm okay. But hopefully I can to me, that would be success, because I would be doing that on my own. It would be something that only I can do if I want to do that.
Okay. So by having a successful business, what does that mean? What does that mean to get you to that goal? It's two different things.
Okay.
Think about that for a second. Since I'm being mean tonight, Ed, what does success mean to you?
Industry recognition. Being recognized as an expert within the industry.
And how do you do that? How do you go about doing that?
Blogs, conferences, classes, things I used to do I'm not doing right now. I need to get back to doing.
Exactly my point. Sonia.
Yes.
Yes. What does success mean? What do you want to see from your business? And this can be, what do you want? This can be, what does Al want? This can be, what do you guys together want?
Well, together, we want to be able to travel and take pictures of lighthouses, things that interest us, and do the stock photography, which is where you put the pictures out and you're able to sell them that way. That's what we'd like to do down the road.
Okay. The question, and I've gotten you guys off track a little bit, I think. The question really is, what does having a successful business? Okay.
How-
And those things are all what you create for yourself because your business is success.
Okay.
Okay. So what does, in order for you to get the ability to travel, in order for you to get the ability to live in a house with very little maintenance, what do you have to do within your business to make that happen?
Make it a success.
What is that? What does that mean?
Return business for us. Monthly returned business.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. And the same thing would be true for you, Cindy, I think, is to have, 90% of your storage facility filled,
Exactly.
with a 12-month contract.
Yeah.
Those are the kinds of things that, can you raise your rates?
Mhm.
What would that be? Making enough money and still having that storage facility 90% full on a year-long. Those are the things that I'm talking about, that we need to be thinking about when we're thinking about going into our business and doing what we can do for our business. Okay. Tanya, same thing. What, to you, might it be, and by the way, I meant to tell you yesterday, my sister loved the idea of the photo a month club. She thought that was a great idea. So that's something that we're going to need to work on, because I think it is too. We just have to figure out the right way to do it.
And just getting it out there more. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
always telling people about it.
Mhm.
You
But
know.
and I mean, I'm not complaining. This is perfectly great. There were 10 people signed up, said absolutely they were coming, and another 10 people that said they were interested in coming. So you cannot always
Yeah.
count on, people saying they're interested in something. So the way you have to deal with that. Oh, and by the way, total change. I'm upstairs. I have a Christmas tree. I have a living room.
Oh, chart you.
I'm not in bed.
Hey.
So that's a success for me. I actually got up here and am professional, sort of, kind of.
Yeah,
But-
well,
And he's cooking dinner too.
I've got to work on getting Comcast connected out in the studio because the Wi-Fi don't work for squat.
Yeah. Well, that's actually one of the reasons why. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm up here, is because I was having problems with the internet downstairs. You've got to be able to count on that.
Yep.
Something that you might think about, and Ed, you can help me with this because I'm not really sure about it, is to get one of those Wi-Fi
Extenders.
Well, no, it's what you get from.
We already have an extender in the studio, and
That's not what
sporadic.
That's not what I'm talking about.
You're talking about the hotspot.
The hotspot. Yeah. Yeah. Check into that and see whether that would work for you. Um, just a thought, just something that until you can actually get what you need. I mean, we even had them bury the cables in our yard, to get better reception for us. And down in the basement, I still don't always have good reception. So, those are things that they're the tools. They're the tools and the things to use to get you what you need.
I need to call them and find out what it's going to cost to run it out there, because I'm having it hardwired so I can just plug my laptop in when I go out, plug it in, I'm good.
And that makes sense to do it that way. It really does if you can. Wi-Fi can be atrocious sometimes.
And it's hit and miss out there, even with the way we rearranged.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right by the extender and I still
have problems.
Yep.
Yeah. If you can get it hardwired in, that's great. So anyway, that's on your to-do list. That's on your weekly goal, is to do that. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want you guys to do is to look back over the last year. And what goals did you have for your business at the start of last year? What were the important things that you really wanted? And for me, it was, I really didn't have much of a goal last year. I wasn't feeling good. It was a rough time. And my goal at the beginning of 2017 was to keep this mastermind program running. And that was really all I had, was that one thing. What were your goals at the beginning of last year?
I don't remember all of mine, but I know we've hit several.
Good.
We've hit several points that I've thought about over the last year.
Okay, tell us about them.
I'd like to be, the Santa pictures was a big success this year. We had all but, over the 2 weekends, we only had 3 open appointments on each day.
That's
left.
Fantastic.
So we were booked pretty solid, and that's what I wanted. We did really good. The new customers, I've already gained like 8 new customers this year. For the whole year, we've gotten like 8 new customers already.
That's fantastic.
That's fantastic. And I've stayed more focused.
That's a big part. That's a big part of it, isn't it? Is the focus.
Yep. A lot more networking, meeting new people. Cindy.
Yes, Sonia. And I know who to call if I need professional pictures taken.
Yep. And you know what, Cindy? You might actually think about having some professional pictures taken. Once you get some of the stuff done around there that you want to have done,
right.
the painting and things.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be nice to be able to put pictures up on your website? And
that's exactly what I want to do. But I want it to look nice first. And
yeah.
Well, hey, Nancy can attest. We're working on getting our studio done, and I've been taking pictures of the work as it's started and gone on, and I'm telling you, we're getting there, slowly but surely.
And those are some of the things that you put on your long-term goals.
Yep.
They don't have to be done tomorrow, but there are things that you're working on. So, okay. Ed, what was one of your goals for the beginning of this year? Surviving, right?
Surviving 2017. Business-wise, I didn't have any because I pretty much had closed up shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. With everything going on, I pretty much closed up shop. The new job, the change in position, everything else.
Me, Dad.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. So life.
Right.
Yeah. And you know what, guys? That happens. And that is one of the things that I'm learning for myself and putting into my teaching, is that for an awful long time, I just sat here and I bawled my eyes out because I couldn't do the things anymore that I used to do. Sonia, you can attest to the fact you saw me every week in
Yep.
South Bend. I was always there. I was always working. I was always training. I was always networking. And then all of a sudden, there's no more Nancy, and I just would say, feeling depressed, and I would just say, I'm just going to give up. I can't do anything. I'm just going to sit in my little corner and not worry about it. So you have to deal with life issues. What happens if you were to have a fire? Cindy,
Ugh.
what would happen if there was a fire in the storage units? What would you do? Do you rebuild, or do you just sit there and cry?
I know. I think of things, disasters, because there's so many of them on TV, flooding
Mhm.
and fires and tornadoes. And I do think of that. And it's very scary. And every day I thank God that I'm not one of those people saying, this is what has happened to me.
Right.
Ugh.
Well, but I think we need to not only give ourselves permission to know that life happens,
Mm-hmm.
but to also try to the best of our ability to insulate ourselves and protect ourselves. Do you have enough insurance?
Right.
What happens, Sonia, if Al breaks his photography finger? He can't take a picture anymore.
We're screwed because he's the photographer.
Yeah, so how do you deal with that? Do you just say my business is down the tubes, or do you try to figure out ways around it?
I say we try to figure out ways around it.
Yep.
Okay, so use another finger.
That's right. Yep. That's why I bought Dragon. And I can't type with this hand, but I can talk. So you need to understand that life happens, and that there are things you need to do to try to not prevent it, because there's no way you can prevent some of this kind of stuff from happening, but to persevere through it
Mm-hmm.
and to minimize it as much as you can. So those are all things. And that's why also thinking about what the goals were at the beginning of the year, were you able to accomplish them? Were there things that didn't happen because of something? Were there things that didn't happen because they just weren't in the cards? Did you decide to do other things? The Picture of the Month Club, that didn't really happen this last year. Well, is that something you're going to give up on and never do?
Nope.
Or are you going to figure out a different way to go around doing it?
I'm going to figure out a different way to go around doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Those are all things that we need to seriously think about. And it's things like this that can give you a headache. I'm going, oh my God, I don't even want to think about this stuff. But but those are the things we need to think about, and you just need to really realize what's out there. And I love the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, and I believe it, because if you just sit there and go, yeah, I've got 30 empty storage units, but somebody's going to come along and rent 10 of them tomorrow. How's that going to happen? It's not without somebody. And I want to ask you too, how are your ads coming? Have you gotten anything from any of them?
That's what I wanted to tell you. I know I wasn't here at the beginning of the year, but since I've joined, my goals were better advertising, and the Daniel's placemats came in just the first of the year, and I opened a box and there I was. Yay!
That's
so that
cool.
was really cool. And then I had a sample in the mail, or they sent me 2 different colored placemats. I thought, I'm in blue and red. So that's exciting. And I love being in the coffee news. And then one of the other goals was maintenance. You know, as you know, I'm trying to get a lot done on the buildings themselves. And although that hasn't been done, I am on the books. You know, I've moved forward with that.
That's great. That's great. Rather than just sort of sitting there waiting for them to sometime call you, you've actually.
Yes, you made me see that. Like I said, I'll call them tomorrow. You said, well, why can't you call them today? And I'm like, oh, okay.
I thought about that one.
You've really helped me with that.
and just that little bit helps. You know, it's just sometimes it's somebody seeing something differently than you see it is enough to make, you know, something move
Seeing
forward.
it through somebody else's eyes, you know.
Yeah.
Been a big help.
Yeah. Another question that I have for you guys is, what is the one thing that you want to accomplish this year?
Well, we already talked about mine.
Mhm.
I want 40 new customers by the end of the year.
And I think that's very doable. So we just have to figure out how the heck we're going to accomplish that.
Yep.
So we will start working on that one. So I think that's a lot more doable than my 500,000. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying.
A limiting statement. That's a limiting statement.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
No, because I said I'm not going to stop trying.
Right. You turn back around.
I want to use my newsletter in some way to help reach more people, because okay, the people that are getting the newsletter, they might see something at some point and say, oh, so and so was talking about that.
Mhm.
I need to tell them about it.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's,
do you have a radius of where you will go?
an hour drive is usually about as far as we want to go away.
Mhm.
But if we had somebody from
Ligonier.
huh?
Ligonier.
Well, Ligonier for me is less than an hour.
Okay.
Mhm. But say you had somebody in California who wanted you to do their wedding and they were willing to pay you $1,500 for it, would you do it?
It'd have to be a little more than $1,500.
Okay. I just threw that out, you know.
But yeah, well, and that is what we charge for somewhere around here.
Okay. Okay.
For California, you'd have to throw in a hotel. You'd have to throw in a rental car.
Oh yeah.
You'd have to throw in meals.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
per diem.
But I'm just saying, think about
Hotel.
those things. Think about those things.
And I mean, it's like some friends of ours, their son is getting married this year, towards the end of the year, but they're going to the Dominican.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at dinner one night with Rick and Robin, and we told them, we'll go do their wedding. They just got to pay for us to get there in our hotel.
There you go. There you go. Good evening, Christine. How are you this evening? Hello.
Oh, there's okay.
There she is. Hello. How are you? Welcome to our conversation. We are talking about our businesses and the things that we want to do this year to grow our business. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
I don't.
Yeah, she can. Can you hear me? Christine, can you hear me?
I think she froze.
Yes.
Yeah, there she goes. Hello. Can you tell us a little bit about your business?
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can
Okay.
hear you.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your business. What is it that you do, and why did you think about coming to this meeting tonight?
Well, my name of my business is Chris's Therapeutic Touch. I'm a medical massage therapist, and I have been for about 20 years. My motto is relax, you're in good hands. I love helping people feel better and teach them to live longer, teach them to take better care of themselves.
Sounds like a good deal. I've got a bad back, so, where are you located?
Kentwood, Michigan, near Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids. Okay. That's not far from me. So that's, what is it? We were just talking about, Sonia, go ahead and give us your little elevator speech on who you are and what you do.
I'm Sonia Howard with Al Howard Photography, and we like to help people cherish their memories for years to come by photographs. If you've ever had a picture or a moment in time that you wish you could have photographed to remember, look back and remember, that's something that we do to help. We do several different types of photography, but the main one is we do a lot of headshots. We do a lot of portraits, Santa pictures, Easter Bunny pictures for the kids. But overall, it's we want to give our customers memories that they can cherish forever. And that's where the pictures come in. And
That's great. Thank you.
Let me finish. I got
Oh.
one more thing to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Again, Sonia Howard with Al Howard Photography. We make time stand still.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
I like
great.
that.
Don't you like that? I like that too.
Yes.
I think that's a great tagline.
And stand still. That's really cool, Sonia.
See, I told you, son.
Well, I thought it was good. It was the other person that tried, not Al.
I know.
Oh.
Somebody else told her it wasn't a good tagline.
And
Cindy, who are you? Tell us quick who you are.
hi, Christine. I'm Cindy Anderson. I own a storage business for stuff. You can put your stuff in my storage and pay me money.
We got to work on her tagline.
Yeah.
I have 167 units here in Ligonier.
What we're doing here tonight, and Ed is my husband, and he tell us who you are.
I'm Ed Becker. I'm her other half. I also own the Center for Protection, Security, and Personal Safety. Provide training programs to security, bodyguards, and professional bail agents.
Okay. What we're doing here tonight, Christine, is you're getting an idea of a program that is called the Monthly Entrepreneurial Growth Academy, or MEGA, and it's a mentorship program, which is part mastermind and part training program. We meet twice a month for 90 minutes at a time. And some of us meet in the morning and some of us meet in the evenings. And we do all sorts of training on processes and strategies and techniques to get us from point A to point B in our business. And it all surrounds the goals that we have and how we're going to get from one spot to the next. And we've been going through some things here tonight that I'll real quick have you think about, and you don't have to answer, but just think about them, is what does success mean to you? If your business is a successful business, what does that mean? Define it. And everybody has something different that they use as their determination of their success. You know, it can be something personal, it can be something business, but what exactly are you looking at as meaning success? And then the next thing that we talked about is what goals did you have at the beginning of 2017? And did they actually happen? Did they get changed along the way? Did something get dropped and you said, well, that's not going to work, I'm going to go do something else instead? Where were the things that actually were successful in your business last year? And then we had just started talking about what we want as a success for 2018. And Sonia, I think you were sharing.
Yeah, it was my 40 new customers for the year.
Okay. And do you want those customers to be regular ongoing customers? Do you just want 40 customers? You go take their pictures and that's it? What do you want from that 40 customers?
Ongoing customers that return on a regular basis.
Or that at least give you referrals to other people.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say on a regular basis, it could be once every 3 months. It could be once a month. It could be, just 3 times a year. Whatever, but it's something for them. I want it to be beneficial for them. Like you had mentioned to Cindy about doing pictures of as she fixes things up. We've done a couple commercial shoots now where we've gone into a business, taken pictures, provided them with digital images that they can use for marketing, in-house for their flyers, their brochures, whatever. So, and that's something that you need to do periodically to keep yourself out there. And the one big thing I had said about headshots, every year you need to get a new headshot.
Right. Absolutely.
Once a year, you should always get a new headshot for your business to use for marketing.
Well, and the thing is with that, and you're absolutely correct, is that your marketing, and we talk about this in the program, your marketing is not just something you put on Facebook or on LinkedIn. Your marketing is everything that pertains to you and to your business. And those headshots are very important. And they're a way that, when I'm talking to somebody and I want to know if they're going to be a good fit for my programs, I want to know them. I want to know who they are. I want to be able to see them and recognize them and be able to say, hey, Sonia, how are you? If we cross paths, it's all a part of the relationship building process. And so
and if you have that business card with your photo on it, and you pass that out, like for me, I have a book where I put all the business cards I collected, and periodically I look through and I look at the ones that have pictures with people on them, so that it's like, okay, if I'm out and about somewhere and I see them, I can say, hey, how you doing, Nancy? Or how you doing, Cindy?
Absolutely.
It's a way to build. I'm learning how to build those relationships.
Look at real estate agents and their business cards. How often do you see a real estate agent's business card that does not have a picture of them on it?
Yep.
So Cindy.
Yes.
What's your one big goal for this year?
My one big goal. the one big goal really is I would like to be able to get a website, which means I have to get all the maintenance done first. So my big goal is to get those workers, construction workers and or electricians and everybody on job site. So I feel that I have something to be proud of to put on the website.
Do you have, you said you've got them
Well,
on the books. Is everything on the books? Is all your maintenance scheduled and you know exactly what you need to have done and you know approximately by when it's going to be done?
I thought I did, but then winter came because just like with my electrician, you know, he said there were so many ahead of me and he had been sick. So he had the same way with the one who's going to change my my metal columns. He's been off with back problems. So everybody's backlogged to catch up and then I'm after that. So no, I don't have set dates.
Okay, couple of things to consider, and I know that these people are people that you've had relationships with, or at least that your husband had a relationship with in the past. Would not hurt to get a second quote from somebody else, you know, to see and get recommendations, you know, are these people any good? You know, because if there's a way that you could maybe get this done more quickly, less expensively, and get it done the way you want it done, you know,
Right.
because if they just say, well, you're out there after I've gotten everybody else done. I mean, we're having this work done on our house and I'm saying, I want to know when this is going to be finished. You need to
Right.
give me, you can't just say, well, I've got 4 other people that I'm doing work for and you're going to come whenever. I can't do that. I need to know when these things are going to be at least in the ballpark, you know, and that way, but you can also start working on the website. You don't need to have pictures to actually start working on the website. You know, you can get the website going, you can get it up there, you can put stock photos up to begin with, and then you can change them out. You need
Just
to
go
have
one page.
a one
Just go
page,
one
yeah.
page website.
Yeah.
One page, he said.
Yeah, you need to have your presence out there. I told you to find out about those little in the yard signs, you know, those little bitty things that you can just,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
you know, those don't cost all that much and you could have them, you know, you could have them at the beginning of town, at the entrance to town. You know, the number of times we've gone into town and I did not know where you were located until last time when you actually took me and showed me.
Yes.
You know, you're kind of out of the way and people may even live in town and not know you're there. You're doing better because you've got the advertisements going now. But it, interestingly enough, when I was growing up, I ran ads in the yellow pages. You know, if you wanted to find me, you looked in the yellow pages.
Right.
That don't happen no more.
No,
Everybody goes on the internet.
Everybody goes on the internet and they Google, you know,
Right.
you at least need to have a Google pages ad of
Yes.
some sort. You know, you need to have something that is going to give you some visibility. So if somebody Googles storage units, Ligonier, Indiana, guess what's going to pop up? You know, and there are things that we can do for SEO. And do you guys know what SEO means?
no.
Search engine optimization.
Search engine optimization, and that's all programming geek talk. But
Okay.
when somebody does your website, they should do that. And that's actually a lot of what that is using words that when somebody types in Google or in whatever search engine they're using, if someone types in mastermind, what's going to come up is Business Success Unlimited. You know, because they look for these search engine words in the back and these things pop up. But if you don't have a presence on the internet, if they type in storage units Ligonier, you're not going to come up anywhere because there's nothing for them to find.
Right.
So you need to figure out something right away. Once again, don't just sit and wait. You know,
Okay.
you're doing it
Yeah,
again.
not like me.
Yeah, you're doing it again by saying, well, you know, I can call tomorrow. What's wrong with today?
Yeah.
You know, you need to get something up there. I'll bet you $1 if people see those things on the menu.
Road.
You know, the thing on
Oh, her
Daniel's
stuff on the
on
menu?
the menu. Yeah,
Placemats.
placemats. Thank you. You know, they're gonna say, I want to find out more information.
I'll take that bet.
I really think that if somebody sees that, they're gonna say, I want to know more about this place.
Yeah,
You know,
you're right. Hmm.
so
Put your business on Yelp as well.
yep, that's a good point too. Now you have to be careful with that because it's kind of expensive. Are you on Yelp, Christine?
Yeah, but I don't pay. You can do it free.
You can. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Then
we
this is what I
actually-
do. When my clients come in, I
Hold
will
on,
have
Sonia.
them check in on Yelp.
That's good. That's
When they
good.
check in on Yelp, that bumps me up higher and higher. I'll have the young people are on Yelp.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will say, can you leave me a review on Yelp? And when they do that, that bumps me up too, so I don't have to pay. Same with Google. I have a Google business page.
Mhm,
It's free.
mhm.
I'm not paying. The more people that go on Google, which is another part of your demographics, that
Right.
bumps you up.
Right. Right. So these are all things that now I did think that Yelp you had to pay for. So that's something that I didn't know, which is good. Sonia, do you use Yelp?
I have it set up. I'm still trying to finish getting it set up because there's certain areas I'm not sure exactly how to proceed with that particular section. So it's a work in progress. But
Okay.
yes, we do have a Yelp account.
Okay. All right. I will look into that. I kind of always thought that Yelp was more like for restaurants, and Christine, it would make sense for them because they would go to you, you know, so that's the kind of thing that I was thinking Yelp was for. I don't have much experience with Yelp at all, so that's something that I'll look into too, because I know somebody
I
that
didn't either until because I was using Yelp personally
Mhm,
when I went to different businesses
mhm.
to look them up and stuff. And then I said, why am I not on here? If I'm using it, other people are.
Other people are too. Yeah. Now I do know somebody who tried to use it and she was getting stuck for like $150, $200 a month. And so she had a horrible time with it and said, oh, never use Yelp. And that's my only experience was that. So I will actually go in there and doing some looking too, because it is a way that's another way for you to get. I highly recommend the Google business pages. I think that's a great way for people to find you. So
Okay.
that's something.
You
for
guys
people.
are in Indiana?
Excuse me?
Cindy's in Indiana?
Yeah. Cindy and Sonia are in Indiana. I'm in Michigan.
Okay, now there are professional people who can do all that for you.
Mhm.
And they can link it all together. And again, like Sonia said, have the same picture,
Hmm.
and they can do all that for you
Okay. So
so that you
that's
don't have to
something
monitor them all the time.
yeah, that's a great thing to find out about. We'll do some research into that, or if you want to share some links, that would be great. So we would know about that, because that's what I'm all about. And I've just today I hired a new VA, and I have a marketing consultant that I'm working with, and let's keep it simple. Let's do the things that we need to do this year, and let's figure out ways that when I had my other business, it was a office administration business, and the tagline was, you take care of business and we'll do the rest. So that's what we need to do as businesses, is find the processes and the strategies that can give us the most bang for our buck with the least amount of spend.
Yes.
So that's important. Okay. Christine, what's one goal that you have for this year?
my major goal is to work on finding out how to transition, because I'm in ministry now. I'm in Bible college. I just got my chaplain license,
Oh, congratulations.
and so I have it on my list to get the contacts of people that I need to find a way to transition and it be lucrative.
There you go. That makes sense. And something I'm taking a webinar, kind of a course right now, and this is something that's not brain surgery. And I've known it, and I know you guys know it too, but again, we were talking earlier about sometimes just somebody else saying things will hit us in the head and we'll say, oh, why didn't I think of that? One of the best ways to start out with getting new customers and getting paying customers is to go through the lists of people that you're already connected with. You know, Christine, for you, it might be, hey guys, I'm really excited. I've just gotten this certification and I'm going to be doing this. I would love to share it with you. Do you know anyone that might be interested in having me, whatever it is you're going to do?
Right.
You know,
I
and
did do that with a couple of clients. One of them works at the Kentwood courthouse, and she said once I get the actual license number for chaplaincy, then she will send me all the people who call her for getting married, because she gets calls all the time and she can't do anything for them, and she said she would forward all of them to me, so then I would be doing weddings. So
oh, that's great.
one
And
contact there.
Yeah. I actually have two clients. One is in here in Sturgis and one is in South Bend that are wedding officiants, and they are busy. And South Bend's a bigger town, but Sturgis is a teeny tiny little town.
Yes,
And
I know. I have family there.
yeah, and you know, so if you could get that in Grand Rapids, you're going to be rocking. You just need you just need to figure out. They do the two that, it's really interesting. They both started about the same time. And one is doing a lot of elopements, and the other one is actually doing same-sex marriages.
Oh, well, as a chaplain, I can't, or I'd lose my license.
Yeah, but I'm just saying those are different
Right.
target markets, and both
Right.
of them are very, very busy with what they do. The one that's doing the same-sex marriages is also doing pet blessings and home blessings. And I don't know if you could do either of those, but she's really, really busy with doing all of those things.
Right.
So when you actually get your license and get the go for it, you need to figure out exactly who it is that's going to be your target market.
Right.
And
back to the ABCs.
And I know that one of them is using
Thumbtack.
Yeah, she's using Thumbtacks, but then there's another one she's using too that's called The Ring, I think. And those are two, they're kind of like Yelp, and they're really getting her good, good connections. Not so much the Sturgis one, because there's not as many people.
Right.
But in South Bend, she's really getting quite a lot of response to these things using these advertising mediums. But first thing you got to do is find out who it is you want to work with. So that's great, and that would be the one big goal. And one of the things that the other guys know that you don't is that one of the things that we do in the program is we have, and you may have heard of SMART goals. Do you know what SMART goals are?
I believe so.
Okay. We work with SMART goals are these big goals that are, the SMART stands for different things, and it's, Sonia, help me. What's the S stand for? I can't
Yeah,
think,
you
but
do that.
I know it,
I'm
but
brain dead tonight.
you know, it's measurable, it's time sensitive, it's realistic, it's all those different things. So you come up with a goal, but then what I tell you guys you need to do is to have small wins to go along with that. You may have this really big goal, but what are the steps that you have to take in order to get to that goal? And those are really the important parts of what you're doing. So, okay, for instance, if your big goal is to say, marry 200 people, and I throw out numbers a lot because they're just examples, but say you want to marry 200 people in 2018. How are
DMC,
you?
I got it all if you want.
Okay, what is it?
Specific,
Specific.
measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound.
Okay, thank you. That's, yeah. And those things are all, you know, if one of the things I'm joking about is I want to be able to make $500,000 next year is my big goal. I don't know how it's measurable, it's time bound, it, you know, but I don't know how realistic it is. So when we come up with a goal, we have to answer those questions. But in order to get to that goal, there are things you have to do. So as an example, you might want to put on your small wins. You might want to put something like check into Thumbtack, check into Yelp and see what it would do to have that business on Yelp. Can you do it? I mean, are the requirements for what you're doing different than somebody who's just got a license to be a wedding officiant?
Right.
Are there differences? So that might be one of your small wins.
That's coming in the mail with my license.
Okay. All right.
Because
You know,
as a chaplain, it is different. And so that's coming in the mail. The instructions are coming for weddings are coming in the mail with my license.
okay. All right. So those are all the small wins. And you create this, it's more than a to-do list, but it's a quasi to-do list, because these are all the things that you have to do before you get to that large goal. So think about what are all, you know, how are you going to market this? Who is your target market? What are the things that you're going to have to do in order to get those 200 people married? Yeah. And then you set timelines, which is what I was just telling Cindy. She can't just say, oh, I'm going to have it done sometime. You have to have, that's where the measurable comes in. That's where the time bound comes in. Are you going to have this particular to do done tomorrow? Or is it something that you need to have done by the 1st of March? You know, those kinds of things. You create a time frame in which you have it done. And then you write these things down so that they're in front of your face and you see them and you know that these are things that you are needing to accomplish. And when you get them done, you take a red pen and you cross them out. There's something about seeing that you've actually accomplished something that is an amazing feeling. And when you can accomplish these things, it helps you to move forward. Does all of this stuff make sense, guys?
Yes.
Okay. We've only got a couple of minutes left. So for the purpose of giving Christine some more information, the morning group meets on the 2nd and 4th Wednesday of the morning. This is how we meet. It's through this Zoom, and it's from 8 until 9:30 in the morning. The evening group meets on the 2nd and 3rd Tuesday.
No,
First and third Tuesday. First and third Tuesday of the month at 6:30. And it's all the same. And every meeting is, if I remember, is recorded, and it's posted in a secret Facebook group. Are you okay, Ed?
Yep, Maloof was up in the chair with me.
I thought you fell out of the chair.
No,
It's
Maloof was up here.
loose. It's posted. There is a secret Facebook page called One Small Win a Day, where these recordings are posted, and you are encouraged to go in there on a regular basis to ask questions, to post successes, anything that you want to post in there that we can talk about and share, that's allowed there. And you also get one-on-one, an hour of one-on-one consulting every month, just you and me. And I'm also available by email anytime that you have a question. So that's the groups right now. If you're interested in finding out more about it or in registering, you can go to our mega, MEGA groups with an S.com, and all of the information is there. Sonia, you and Cindy are both members. Can you quick tell her some of the things that you've gotten from these meetings?
Christine, I know one thing. Nancy makes me accountable, and I need that. I need somebody to say, why haven't you done this? Or what are you waiting for? And why, she does it. So prepare yourself.
Nicely, I hope. I went,
Yes.
when I did it the other day, you didn't answer me, and I went, oh gosh, I made her upset
Oh,
with
no. Not at all. This is what I signed up for.
me.
So, yes,
So-
it's been
so
very helpful.
We've been working with Nancy for about 3 years,
3 years. Mhm.
and our business has grown because we go to the megas, we go to the retreats, we take advantage of any training, anything that she offers. We take advantage of it, and it has helped me immensely grow as far as in my part of the business. My husband's the photographer. He's the creative side. I'm an accountant by trade, so numbers is my thing. I've never done marketing. When I was young, I did retail sales, but it's different when it's your business and you're trying to get your name out there. And the things that I've picked up from Nancy to help me do better in marketing, trying to keep me on track with my goals. Like Cindy said, she does hold you accountable for your goals. If you set a goal, she's going to help hold you to that so that you can succeed. And our business has, over the last 2 years, has grown immensely.
And I'm so proud of you.
And
Oh,
Nancy really has helped a lot in that aspect.
great.
Well, I hope so. And Christine, I will tell you that if you decide to be a part of the group, and you register before the 15th, you will get a 25% off the price, because the price is going up. So you can get a discount on there. The price is going up to $99 a month for this. But you can get a 25% discount off of it if you sign up by the 15th of the month.
Will that be posted on the current Facebook page?
It's on the Facebook page, yep, and I will go ahead and change it on the website too, because it hasn't. I just decided to do that tonight. So I will change that around so that you can take advantage of that if you'd like to. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Any questions?
Not at this time. Just wanted to say thank you.
Okay, I'm glad you were able to join us, and you have a wonderful evening. And with that, guys, I do have a question to ask you. Are you okay if I put this up as a training video? We didn't talk about anything that was super sensitive.
Okay.
That's okay.
I'm fine with it.
Okay, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you all soon.
Thank you, Nancy.
Okay, all right,
Bye,
have a
Bye,
have a-
Christine.
have a good evening, all.
Thank you. You too.
All
Bye,
right,
Ed.
you too. Bye-bye.